Hey guys, so this is going to be a review of episodes 171 through 175 of Naruto Shippuden, and when I was getting ready to do this video, I realized it's been 3 months apparently since I last filmed a review of Naruto. I've been reviewing the episodes on my blog. I've reviewed like 20 episodes since then, but apparently it's all been on my blog, so it's about time that I do another one of these videos. Episode 171 is kind of the last half of like a two-part thing. I talked about in my last review on my blog kind of about episode 170, and my views on episode 171 are pretty much the same. It was pretty much a filler episode and like goes back to the tuning exams and all of that, but I kind of liked it. I'm kind of neutral to it overall. Like, I enjoyed it. It was interesting, but in the grand scheme of things, I kind of wish that we just stuck with like the main storyline. It kind of like provided a break from that, and I guess that's kind of could be a good thing, like a break from the intenseness of the episodes around it. But it was mostly pointless, I think. Like, there was kind of a message to it, but it still wasn't like a huge thing, I don't think. I did like, my favorite part about it was probably how it tied into the 4th Hokage, and I think that made it really nice. I'm glad that they threw that in. So I did like the episode. I did enjoy it, watching it, and I like that it was only 2 episodes, because not like a long drawn out thing of pointlessness, kind of, I guess. So since it was only 2 episodes, I didn't think that it was that bad, but that there's not really much to like say, and I kind of wish that it wasn't there because it wasn't really necessary. And the other 4 episodes in this seem to pretty much finish up the storyline between Naruto and Nagato. I hope I'm saying his name right, because now I'm completely blanking on how it's pronounced. At one point, Naruto and Nagato get referred to as the 2 children of prophecy, which I find really interesting because there was that prophecy, and when Jiraiya started teaching Nagato, there was like talk about maybe he was the one, but then like when everything happened, it kind of seemed like they discounted that, and then Naruto started talking about whether Naruto was one in the prophecy. So the idea of them both being a part of the prophecy is very interesting to me. And I think it kind of seems to be true from this episode, like in a way. Nagato is definitely important and kind of like helps, I think, Naruto a bit. So I thought that that was interesting. I really like that we got to see so much backstory for Nagato, and in kind of conjunction with that, Conan and Yahiko, I think is his name. I really enjoyed that. I loved the dog that he had found, like started following him around when he was a kid, because I thought the dog was really cute. But I just really like how it kind of elaborated on their story and kind of filled in what we didn't know already, and really did kind of give their justification for what they've been doing. And of course it doesn't fully justify it, but you get their thought process and what they're thinking, and you start like understanding why they're doing the things they're doing. And so I really like that, and I think it did make them very sympathetic, because they really do seem to think that what they're doing will bring peace, and like they are really trying to help, even though they're probably not going about it the right way. So I really like that we got that backstory, and that we saw that, and that they did become sympathetic characters, because I really like sympathetic villains and villains where you can see that they fully believe in what they're doing, and like they think that what they're doing is what should be done, because that's a lot more interesting to me than villains who are just straight up evil and know what they're doing is evil and don't care. Because if you have that sort of like gray area where they think that they're right and the good people think they're right, that makes it interesting for me, and we definitely got that with this, and I really enjoyed that. We also got to see how Yahiko died and him killing himself. I thought that that was a really nice and kind of touching scene, and when he tells Nagato that he's going to be the savior of the world, so he needs to live, was really touching to me. And I also think it makes their actions even more kind of sympathetic, because they're really trying to do good but they're failing. And so I thought that that was a good scene. I really liked that scene. I really liked the emotions involved in that scene, and how it kind of just showed what they'd been through. And then we find out that Nagato is the inspiration for Jiraiya's book, which I thought was very interesting and for some reason hadn't thought about much before, but I really liked that and I really thought that that was nice. Like, I think it makes what happened with Jiraiya even sadder because Jiraiya obviously cared about Nagato quite a bit and made him the inspiration for the book, and then Nagato is the one who killed him. So that's all kind of really sad. And but I really like how that was done too, and I really like how I noticed this once we found out that he's the inspiration. Nagato, the connection between Nagato and Naruto, like Nagato's the inspiration for that character, and then that character gets named Naruto, and I'm pretty sure that that name comes from Nagato's name. They're made to be kind of similar, so in like this weird kind of distant way, Naruto's named after Nagato kind of, but more than just the name, he's named after a character that's based on Nagato, so that's very interesting to me. And then going into like that whole entire thing, the character and what the character's supposed to do and bring peace and all of that, and then Nagato's like pretty much failing at that even though the character was based on him, but now Naruto plans on doing that, and I thought that that was really I just really loved all of that. That was probably the absolute best. And Naruto has a really amazing line, I thought, about how the sequel now, since he can't write like Jiraiya could, has to come from the way that he lives his life, and I thought that that was incredible. I think it says a lot about Naruto's story and what he's like destined to do, and I just thought that that line was probably amazing. It really stood out to me in a way that lines from Naruto don't usually do, so I really love that line, and I really like what that says about this storyline and Naruto as a whole, I think. So I loved that. I liked the bit in episode 175 where Kakashi was talking to his dad. I thought that that was really nice, and how his dad said that he could move on now. That was such like a small part, but I really liked it. And then we had everyone coming back to life, which wasn't really shocking for me or surprising, but I do think it's interesting that now we know that there's a jutsu that can do that. Like, it's may not be like foolproof or like something that most people can do, but it in some cases, in some ways, you can bring people back to life. It's interesting. I wasn't really surprised because like I know spoilers for later in the series, so I knew that some of the people who had died couldn't be dead, so I wasn't really surprised when that happened, but I do think it's interesting that that is now like a thing that happened, people coming back to life. And then what really made episode 175 for me was definitely Naruto walking back, and then he collapses. Kakashi catches him, takes him back to the village, and then everyone cheers for him, and that was just such an amazing moment. And of course, like, they threw in flashbacks to when the villagers were kind of ostracizing Naruto too, like with it, and then just made it even worse. And you can just, I love that contrast. Like, everyone was scared of him and kept a distance from him, and now we see them cheering for him because he saved the village, and that was such a heartwarming scene. And we have a lot of flashbacks in that scene about different people's thoughts on Naruto and how things have changed, and I really like that. I'm really like, for the past like 20 episodes at least at this point, I've been feeling really proud of Naruto all the time. I just really love, and I think it's really recently become apparent how much he's changed and grown over the course, like since episode 1 of Naruto. So I love that, and I love how we got to see that, and I'm really happy that he got that and that he got everyone cheering for him, and I thought that that was really amazing. And I really loved that ending. I thought that that was a really nice place to end, and it was like kind of like a natural ending to that storyline, so I like that it cut off at like a point of 5 or whatever, so that I could do a review and just end it nicely right there. But I'm really looking forward to the next episodes. Since this was kind of like an end to a storyline, I'm not entirely sure what to expect next episode when I go to watch it, so it should be interesting. But I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing what happens next, because these have been some really great episodes recently, so I'm really excited about the next episodes, but I will see you guys later. Bye!